Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Happy Monday. So today's gonna be random. My mom gave me these belts. She no longer wears because they're getting worn down. So she figured I could use them at my crafting. I was like, heck yes, I can use them at my crafting. Especially these ones that are just like screwbacks and everything. Okay, I think I need to find a smaller screw head. So yeah, just gonna be taking these apart for now. Wow. This one's actually kind of tough in there. Let's see if I can find one that'll work better. There we go. And I'm just going to put the screws right back in this. That way don't lose them. I don't know if I should be excited or not for you, Sarah. Yay, you made it safely. So there's that. Yay for safety. Hello, Sandy. Just followed me right over, didn't you? Well, there you go. At least you have power there. I don't know what I got on my hands, but they felt oily. And whatever it is, I think I got it on my phone earlier too. Yeah, so I'm just disassembling these belts here for parts and pieces I could potentially use and things. Nope, come on. Okay, one more cross off of this. And I can go back through and get the studs out of here. All I have to do is take the backing off and then I can loosen up the studs off of here. Now, the southernmost part of us is, like, I think what got hit the most for Nebraska. Okay. I can strip the back of that later. And these are flatheads. These have a flathead screwdriver in my drawer here. Thought I had. I'm going to skip that one for the moment because I need to find a flathead that's thinner to be able to get in there properly. Oh, that's cool. So it twists and turns, but doesn't. Oh, gotcha. So the screw turns and everything. But it doesn't come out. Okay. Turd. And the rest of these are all brads, it looks like. Cool. Yeah. There it is. Oh, actually, this might work for that other one. Maybe. Oh, it fits in there. Yeah, we're going to be able to get the medallions off. Cool. Hello, Miss Carla. So far warm and safe. I haven't left home yet, so still got a couple hours before I have to start getting ready for work. Put this aside. Belt, sit on my lap. All right. Seriously. See, my whole handle on here wants to twist instead of just twisting the screw head. Let's see if this little bit will fit into my other screwdriver. Yeah, it's Because my mom's and it's falling apart, so she gave it to me because she knew I could find a way to repurpose it. Oh, that helps, I guess. Must be some glue sediment or something. Do, 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 do. Come on. Whatever. Whatever. Do, 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 do. Good morning, Debbie. There we go. I was just getting impatient with it. And this one just snapped off. So, oh, A few usable pieces. Those will be fun. Let's see if let's see what else I can get off of this thing. Looks like this beaded chain is just like stitched on. I don't think it did. She just got to work and she's making coffee at work since there's power at work. Sherry. Good morning. It might be easier if I use my seam ripper. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I usually keep it right above my head here. So, well, currently I am working on dismantling some belts I got from my mom that she no longer uses because they're so worn down. But I gotta find a seam ripper, or one of my seam rippers. That's odd. You should have it right here. It doesn't look like it buried up behind anything. Up there it is. And I bury it behind anything. I buried it under something. Hey, if they don't move otherwise, good for them. Okay. Now we can do this properly. Oh, there you go. I'm sure she'd love the idea. Granted, if people start seeing this and start running to Goodwill, you know the next thing that's going to happen, right? Goodwill's going to rack up their prices on their belts. Just whole jewelry thing, everybody buying the jewelry bag, so they started marking it up because they saw what people were doing with all the jewelry. Well, this is so much easier than using the scissors. Just run it down the beads. You're better getting the bags of jewelry from a local thrift store than you are from a Goodwill, if you have a locally owned thrift store, that is. Thank you, Sandy. No, but I can see them jacking them up to like $10 a piece or more. Once they start getting their heads wrapped around, people are buying them to do stuff like this. Oh, there you go, Debbie. That's good. You're very, very lucky. Because everyone that like typically has a Goodwill in their area, everybody like defaults to donating to Goodwill instead of donating to local charity shops and stuff like that, which kind of sucks because it doesn't actually help out the community at all. If you donate to local thrift stores or charity shops, that money is more likely to go straight back into your community to help people in your community than it is to pay the corporate boss's paycheck. Oh, really? See, ours doesn't. Is your Goodwill a franchise then? Oh. See, ours doesn't do that. We have like one or two local ones that specifically will hire or donate to people who are coming out of the system and everything and trying to get their feet and everything. We have local thrift stores that do that. As far as I know, our Goodwills don't really share goodwill. Really? Interesting. See, we have one Goodwill that closed down during the pandemic and everything, and it hasn't opened since. And all the stuff is just stored in there. Like, I don't ever see anybody in there. Everything's just sitting on the shelves or on the racks. And I don't believe they're getting any more donations. I think all of it has been funneled to our our biggest location, which is almost a warehouse in a sense. I mean, comparatively, it's not like a small, like, Goodwill shop by any means. I'd say comparatively, it's probably about half the size of your general Walmart. Yeah. Our Salvation Army closed, unfortunately. I used to find some good deals at our Salvation Army. And then there was a developing company that came through the area where our Salvation Army donation center was, or thrift store was. And they basically bought up that whole area to put up a new apartment complex and to revamp the buildings to put in new shops and stuff like that. But just before then, that Salvation Army was kind of going downhill. I can't wait for our craft restore place to open up. So I missed the donation day at our local scrapbook house. Apparently it was on Saturday. Darn it. That's okay. I think it was mostly to help get them started and everything. So I can talk to Sarah from Picnic Hill and see if she knows where they're supposed to be opening up, so I can get stuff together and be ready to donate it. I want to. I'm glad we're finally getting a craft reuse store. Finally, because I've been to a few different states that have one, and they're freaking fantastic. You find just about anything there for like dirt cheap. So, yeah. Because I thought about doing. Oh, there are still screws in there. Okay. I thought about doing the whole like YouTube sales thing or whatever, but that's just not me. Good morning, Lori. I need a tiny flathead. I think you're tiny enough. Hmm. I don't know. I think I'll just clip these. Yeah, I'll just clip those because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that end off. there's at least 2 yards of ball chain just from one belt. That'll come in handy. Okay. Who are we tying up? No one at the moment. Aw, that stinks, Sherry. Good morning, Tina. Start getting toasty there. That was a good streak right there. Good morning, Juanette. Tina. I I am stripping some of my mom's belts that she gave me because they're too worn down for her use anymore. So she gave them to me because she knew I could repurpose them. Good morning, Wilhelmina. No Wilhelmina, but I may need a lawyer. I mean, at least if they're going the way Tina's thinking they're gonna go. I agree on it. I agree. Almost makes me wish Mom had given me these belts when I made that faith journal. Granted, that faith was definitely more of the think I don't know. I guess rugged side. So these wouldn't have worked for that. It wasn't frou-frou enough to use these crosses in it. Or at least the one I made. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Could you not, please? That is loud. Thank you. Oh, I guess I could. Well, you're a little late for that. You wait until the last belt. It's like, none of my belts have chains. This was the last one. It did all that seam ripping, and I could just ripped it off. This one I don't have enough. There we go. Enough give to pull it off. Where were you earlier when I was trying to do all this? One. Okay, so I see that. Oh, you were asleep. Okay. I guess you're allowed to sleep. There we go. That's better. Take those out. Well, yeah, it is 9:48 here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's see if I can get this other screw out. There we go. Cool. Sorry, loud noises. That could be fun. Yeah. Last I checked, it was -8 here. And that's that's with the wind chill factor and everything. Okay, so all that ball chain. Okay, now let's see if I can. Get these studs out of here. Cool. Probably don't want to use something so abrasive to get these out, but whatever. Oh, fun. Oh, I saw your new arrangement so you can get to your window and everything. I love that setup, Juanette. Now, is your craft room in the front entryway of your house? Is that where that area is? Ooh, I need to work on curved spines. Like I've seen so many different ways, but then I've forgotten how all of them work. Or I've forgotten who I've seen do them, so I can reference them to try it out. Now, after you shifted spots, Juanette, do you feel like your lighting has changed much when it comes to your recordings and everything? Or how well you can see when doing your projects? Or do you feel like you have more control over the lighting? Oh, okay, gotcha. Now, if I was able to upkeep my craft room like as neat as yours is, I probably wouldn't have a problem having it so exposed like that. But I'm glad My craft room is in the basement in the back right corner of the house. My craft room is a crapshoot. Like sometimes it looks fantastic, but most times it looks like a hurricane went through it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if the lighting would shift because you were originally by a window, and I know natural light is usually the best source for getting true colors to come across and everything. Yeah, I wish I was more OCD like my mom is, because she has a specific place for everything. I mean, I have a specific place for a lot of my things, but most of those things just end up staying where they are, and then they don't get used. But granted, annually, I usually go through a whole like revamp of um, my spaces, whether it's my craft room, my living room, my bedroom. I randomly get the itch to uh, relocate everything or rearrange everything, rather. I agree, Sherry. That's one thing I do like about something Gail shared a while back. She periodically she'll have a cart or two that she has basically a sampling of everything in her cart, whether it's papers, trims, pastes, what have you. She has just a little trickling of each thing. That way, they're all accessible to her immediately. That way, she knows she's using some of it, and I love that idea. But there's a few things I need to get resituated before I can attempt to have a cart like that in here. But I love that idea though. Then like when I get low on certain ones like that are on my cart, I can literally shop my stash and shop it onto my cart. Okay, and I think these little guys are studs as well. So yeah, I think you and I have talked about you attempting to do a live at some point, one at. I think it would be a fun idea. or at least something to try out at least a couple times just to see if it's something you end up being interested in doing on occasion. Oh, those ones would be super fun to play with. Oh, I lost it. Too much glare. Yeah, everything's worth a try at least a couple times. At least to see if like it's something you want to do or not. All right, bye, Juanette. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. It was good seeing you. Yeah, it definitely is, Sherry. I think that's what I like about it because I would have a hard time like talking to myself and sharing random stories or whatever. I'm not the greatest storyteller for the most part. Like I need interaction to uh, talk about things. Yeah, Tina, I definitely could like use some alcohol ink and stuff. Alcohol ink would be perfect on these. Just put them in a little uh, oh my goodness, that one was really stuck. Put them in a little portion cup or something, and then just swirl it around in some alcohol ink, like Tim Holtz does with those little baubles or whatever. Which I need to get some um, pearls or whatever. We have like those like faux pearls at Hobby Lobby. Um, in the wedding and floral department. But wedding goes on sale for stuff like that. Floral, their filler stuff does not go on sale, so and it's the same price regardless. So I was looking at it the other day, looking at the pearl fillers, and they're very lightweight and everything. And it's $6.99 for I can't remember how many, what the weight is for it, but it's $6.99 in the floral department. It's also $6.99 in the wedding department. But wedding every other week or so goes 40% off. So it's better to get the exact same thing in the wedding department where it's going to go on sale, and then my discount, my employee discount on top of it. It's kind of funny how they have certain things in multiple departments. Good morning, Michael. Yeah, I get that, Sherry. Well, my first couple of years, I shopped like crazy at work, just to fill up my supply. And now, like most of what I would buy, I already bought because it went clearance. And a lot of things, once they go clearance, they're not coming back. So I basically bought all the things I, for the most part, could possibly want from work. So I don't really shop that much there anymore because there's not much to be had. And if I keep getting belts like this that have studs and everything, I won't need to buy studs anymore. Granted, I'm getting a lot off of this, and I have another belt exactly like this, so I'm going to have even more. Oh, that's right, because I'm pulling the leather with it. All right. Yeah. I wish we had. I wish our crafts, our craft stores had more variety, but they, over the last few years, they have drastically diminished in what they carry. Because either one doesn't carry this or the other doesn't carry that, or the one that does carry it knows they're the only one that carries it, so they have crazy prices on it. Oh, this one has, oh my word, that one had two in it. There's a Brad in the Brad, or the stud in a stud. That's funny. Another one? Oh, okay. I found another one that they did the same thing. That would have been hilarious. I like going up to Omaha every once in a while. They have a Goodwill bin store where it's pretty much everything that's been donated to the Goodwills within their region, uh, that haven't moved for whatever their predestined time frame is within the store. Within the individual stores, they go to this bin store, and then they have, and then you shop basically by the pound or whatever, and they have the carts all balanced out or whatever. They have like a little weight. Oh, this one has two on it too. They have a little weight thing on it, so they all all the carts weigh the same amount. And then you just go through and you dig. And this has... So only have 2, or does this have 3? That's 2. That one's just a bitey one. But I haven't been up to that one in a while. I did a huge haul from there. There's a bunch of like scrapbook paper and stuff like that I got. Granted, I feel like places like bin stores and stuff like that, you should definitely like wear gloves, because you don't know if there's going to be any breakable items in there or any other sharp things in there that you could get yourself hurt on. And where is the... There it is. That's why. Big stretch. Ah. So what is everybody up to today? Sorry, that was just me refreshing my cup. Yum. Oh, that's why. Wrong side. And this one's doubled as well. That's why. Oh, there you go, Tina. Right. Yeah, there is that, Sherry. She could go out and make a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. All right, Sherry, you have a good one. Thanks for hanging out for a little while. I appreciate it. That's doubled. Doesn't look like it. She's stubborn. Honestly, the only one that's starting to get sore is my left one. And I mainly use my right hand at work. So, because I'm a righty. But, oh. If I get stuck on the fabric table, I cut with my right hand. So, it'll give my left hand time to relax. Yep, a double stud. Leather, as far as I know. It's really thick, so it's thicker than most vinyl I've seen, so pretty sure it's actual leather. Honestly, if they were vinyl, I don't think they would have held up as long as they did. Because my mom has had these belts for years. I'm trying to. And the big ones all the way first, and then going back around for the small ones. See all I'm getting out of this, though? Oh my goodness. These will be fun to use on like some steampunk projects to make it look like uh what do you call them? The welding spots or whatever. I know they're. I, I'm brain cells. Nope, there's a double. Um, Rivets. I think it's rivets. And where they piece like two pieces of metal. Two pieces of like metal like squares on the corners. Oh, that'll be so fun, Tina. I'm sure he'll enjoy himself. Okay. There we go. Here's basically what I was talking about. Like doing something like that. I think it'll be fun to use these to do that, and then I just like ink them or whatever, alcohol ink them to get them the color I want them to be. It's like I knew I had a representation of what I was trying to talk about on here. Let's try a smaller one now. Itty bitty. Some of these, they get in there really good. I wonder. I'm just going to use one of my pokey tools. There's more. Let's set that there. Drink some coffee. Oop. If you put them in scalding water and soak a few minutes, let it dry. I mean, the holes from where the studs were aren't really noticeable to begin with. The only ones that are noticeable are the belt punch holes because the leather's actually been removed. Otherwise, like the breads don't really make holes that are that noticeable. Luckily. Hey, come on, you. Come out. Why are you being stubborn? I mean, except for the parts where I end up ripping up the leather. There. Oh, that one went fine. I don't know where he went. Oh well. It's more where that came from. Oh. That's a fun project. Would you just... If anything, I might be able to make a couple bracelets out of this or something. Or a closure for a journal. Or use it on as a element for a cover of a journal. Obviously, clear out all this clear sewing thread from it, but I think all the parts and pieces of this have a lot of potential. Oopsie. Sounds like trash people are here, but they don't come on Mondays. They come on Fridays. I'm really confused. Or, did I say that right? They usually don't come on Mondays. They come on Fridays. I don't know if I said that right the first time. So I had to repeat myself just to make sure I said it right. Ow. And I think that can make a cool bracelet. And if anything, I could probably go back and restud this differently. Be a little bit more extra about it, even though it was extra to begin with. Granted, I'd probably back it with felt or something. No way I don't have to worry about, I mean, it's thick enough. I shouldn't have to worry about the back of the breads or studs potentially scraping me or anything like that. Hello, Mick. How's it going? Welcome in. What are you crafting today? Oh, I'm all over the place. Let's see. Gel printing, mixed media, collaging, jewelry making, cosplay. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. paper crafting, journal making. There's a small handful of the things I do that I haven't done on a live yet, like making props for cosplay or making jewelry or anything, which I'll probably get around to doing. That might be part of my goal this year. Um, uh, Introducing my jewelry making and prop making on my channel. Oh my gosh, Tina. No. Um, I'm part of a few different Facebook groups, but I have been very crappy about posting in them this last year or so. So most of what you see of my creations is literally here on my channel just to see the work in progress, and then usually at the end of the video I do a little like show and tell of like how what we made during the live. um so I've been dismantling belts that I got from my mother that are all worn down that she doesn't wear anymore because they're so worn down, and she knew I could repurpose them. They are not from where Tina was saying. Oh my goodness. Tina, he just got here. Don't scare him off. Yeah, she's been coming up with stories this morning since I started doing this. Okay. Just as long as you're not taking her seriously, we're good. Hello, Jen. Doing good. Just dismantling mom's belts. Yeah, potentially, Tina. Yeah. Granted, I don't see her jump into the lives too terribly much anymore, at least not mine. Yeah, Brenda can get real sassy. I have seen she's popped in some other lives. I think she popped in one or two of mine just this previous week, but I've seen her in a few others recently. like other people's lives. So she's still around. She was just in. I think she was just in chat in our Sunday one. Was it Sunday? No, it wasn't Sunday. What day was that? Can't remember what day it was because shortly after, she was messaging me. It might have been Saturday. Yeah, it might have been Saturday. I can't remember. All my days blend together anymore. Oh my word. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever had so many screwdrivers on my desk before. Mm-hmm. No. I think I'm going to be able to just finish this belt before I hop off to start getting ready for work. Mm-hmm. Oh, get off my finger. Thank you. Loud noises. Sorry, guys. Oh. I work at 1 today. A later start than I usually do when I have to close. But I slept in an extra hour than I usually would. And then I hopped on over on Inked Pulp on Cheryl's channel and hung out over there for her live. While I was waiting on my coffee to brew. And then hopped over here. Yeah, from the sounds of it, Cheryl might just start doing pre-recorded videos on from um, from now on. Well, she hasn't fully decided it yet, but she's thinking about it because uh, she hasn't been getting a lot of people during her crafting before breakfast lives for just a little while now. But she's thinking about doing pre-recorded ones from now on, or at least for a little while. But like I said, she hasn't decided that yet. She's going to like wait it out for a little bit to see if it picks up at all, because some of us are still getting over the holiday season. So, um, oh yeah. Here, let me get a link real quick. Um, yeah, she usually hops on in the morning. For me, it would be 8 to 9. She used to do 7:30 to 9. But she started starting a half an hour later because she figured it why people weren't showing up because it was like too early in the day or something. So she knocked it back a half hour, but she still ends at 9. And she just does like an hour craft and chat thing. And as some of the stuff she does, it's interactive to where like we're gonna work on this project and I'm gonna ask you guys' opinion on option 1, 2, or 3, and whichever one uh, is most popular, that's what we'll use on this project and stuff like that. So Today she did an infinity envelope thing, or infinity pocket, something like that. I can't remember who she said she watched for that one. I'm sure she probably has it linked in her most recent video, or maybe she just mentions it. And I can't recall what her live schedule is. I think she comes on like 3, maybe 4 times a week from 8 to 9. Yeah. Yeah. Usually when she hops on, I'm typically hopping on around the same time because like it's my only time to craft during the day. Like usually, because like right now I'm doing stuff because I won't have time to craft when I get home from work because I close and then I have to open that tomorrow. So I won't have the opportunity to craft later. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to go hang out. So it's either I'm doing a live at around the same time as she is, or I'm actually already heading to work, already at work when she hops on. Does she post her lives once? They're done. I mean, I think they just stay there. She does her lives and they just stay right where they are, just like mine do. So I don't think it's. Unless there's something that, like any other person, like unless something happened during the live that she doesn't want to keep on her channel, then she'll delete it, I guess, like anybody else would, but otherwise it just stays there. All right, look at that. We completed one belt. So now you have to figure out what we are going to do with some of the elements. I mean, obviously, it'll take a while for me to use all the elements that came off of it. Because I obviously got a lot, and that's just one of the belts. All that, I mean, besides the big things, all that is just from this belt. I haven't even started pulling anything else off of the other one. I'm just pulling all the clear threads out of here. Or at least the ones I can see immediately. And I think these could potentially make fun bracelets and closures for journals. An accent leather piece for covers. Oh, hello, Sandy. I'm actually about to hop off here in just a moment. I'm just making sure I got all the threads out of here. So I was stripping a couple belts I got from my mom that are too worn down for her to use anymore. So I was just stripping them down to some basic components. And Tina's been fantastic at making up stories on like what I'm actually doing. Okay, so there's that. Oh, that's why. Mm-hmm. There, and then you close. There. All right. All right. Look at all these supplies I've gotten from the. Besides some of these bigger pieces and some of this chain, like all this is from one belt. A whole lot. I still got another belt to go. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. I gotta start getting ready for work. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. All right, bye, guys.